I'm a church planter in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
We're involved with urban ministry in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm a campus missionary at the University of North Texas.
It was maybe a year after I became a Christian.
Well, I became a Christian in college.
I really wanted to make a difference in the world.
It just became just this passion, this desire that I had.
And I felt like God said, you should go into the ministry.
Okay, I guess I'm an urban missionary, God. That's what you're calling me to.
The biggest reason that I wasn't going to go into full-time ministry was because of support raising.
Wow, there's a lot of dollars that need to be raised, and how am I going to actually do all of this?
Fundraising requires a certain amount of boldness that is not in my nature.
I was terrified.
All kinds of confusing things happen when you're receiving a good amount of money.
And suddenly, I heard about GCM. God just lined up these dots in such a way that, oh, this is what I need to do.
GCM does a phenomenal job of helping to provide the foundations, the framework that would traditionally happen with a denomination.
Insurance and payroll and 401k.
It's important to them that my family is taken care of, and they want to equip me with all the resources I need to be successful.
Accounting in a context for raising funds and communicating with donors.
And I learned about techniques, and I learned about contacting people and how to communicate. But what I found was support raising was about relationships.
These supporters, they support Great Commission Ministries, but to me, there are supporters, there are friends.
These were people at GCM who really had the heart of a servant. They really wanted to come alongside us and support us and equip us for the vision that God had given us.
And it actually empowers you to stay more focused on the calling God has in your life.
I would say if you really feel called to be in support-based ministry with GCM, and if fear is the only thing that's really keeping you back, then I would just say go for it.
I think so often we don't know what it's really like to walk by faith.
This is absolutely sustainable. This is something that a person can do for their entire career.
When I think about GCM, who they are, what they do, the phrase or the idea that really comes to my mind is gospel partnership.
Working with GCM has made it possible to have a sustainable way to live out our calling.
If I'm going to do anything with my life, it needs to be sharing the gospel and making sure people know that Jesus really is alive, really does change everything.
That's why I do what I do. That's why I raise support. That's what gets me up, is to actually bring the gospel in that way. The Great Commission, Jesus' words are being fulfilled through their ministry, and it's really exciting.